Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's daily tune in. It is a little bit rainy today, so we got caught in the rain during our walk, so I've got some frizz going on and some craziness. So, excuse the crazy, but I am excited to be here today with you on today's daily tune in. We're going to talk a little bit about a whole new perspective that came over, kind of washed over me the other day, and a perspective that helped me just ease on into those higher realms of peace that I've been talking about. Um, and with the metaphor that came that was given to me to kind of mull over, I just kept getting clearer and clearer and clearer on how we stay in this realm of peace in these next 3 weeks that we've been talking about. This massive tsunami of light that is hitting us, that is coming in the next 3 weeks. It's actually 15 days from now, so a little less than 3 weeks time. We will be, we're operating in this massive influx of plasma light, and we are being helped and aided and guided through it. We've been talking about that all last week on the daily tune-ins, about kind of making contact and getting into a higher realm of existence, or not even existence, but a higher realm of consciousness, where at a certain level of frequency, you start to tune into different frequencies, and those frequencies are now not kind of, but they are tuning into your team of guides, your team of angelics that are in a higher dimensionality and a higher frequency. As you rise up, you're going to be tuning into that frequency, coming online, so to speak, and having a clearer and clearer line of communication with your galactic teams, angelic teams, your guides, whatever that means. We're going to talk a little bit more about that today. And I also have a workshop that I'm going to be doing on Thursday around this very topic of tapping in and tuning into your galactic teams. Before I get started on kind of the metaphor that came to me, I was using this a lot last week, this anatomy of dimensional reality. And so what I did was I made a digital copy of this, and also made a little video to go with it to explain how it works and how you use it. So if you would like to get that, it's on my blog at vedettemeyer.com/blog, or go to Daily Tune-ins, and it'll be on there. So you can download the digital image as well as have the video as well, just for your own information. And don't forget that everything I do is donation based. So if you love the digital copy and you like having the video to help you understand how to best use this and utilize this, which we're going to talk about today, then please, by all means, you can send a donation through the link that is on this chat. Okay, it's the pinned post at the top. And actually, that is also the pinned post that will take you to the information on the donation-based workshop I'm having. It will automatically be what is already in there with the link for our Ascension Bank members. You guys already have access to the link. You do have free admission to the workshop. If you're not an Ascension Bank member, then you can just make a donation, and I will send you the link to join us live. Okay. So let's get into what the message is for today. So we've been talking a lot about being in that place of existence of peace within the next few weeks of this tsunami of energy, these next 15 days. That is so that you rise up, and as you rise up, and we all work in this community to be in those higher levels of peace through a lot of change that's going to be taking place over these next few weeks. We are then riding at those levels of peace. And when we're at peace, we are tuned into a completely different reality, a completely different dimensional reality than is going on around us. Now, if you are in a place where you're like, man, I am so low, I don't know where I'm going, I can't even think about being in peace when I'm so far, down here in grief or whatever, I want to talk a little bit about what that part of your life is representing and what that is all about. if you imagine that there's a possibility, no matter how you were brought up, no matter what you were taught about creation and evolution and all of that, if you can imagine that there is a story or that there is a possibility that before you came into physical form, your consciousness, your beautiful consciousness, decided to come into physical reality. It was asked as part of your evolutionary mission to come to this dense planet called Earth and have this human experience. And in this human experience, you are going to learn all the ways that the soul evolves in a really fast, fast motion of time, in a fast. There's another word I want. Period of time. It's called a lifetime. And in that lifetime, we need you to evolve as much as you can, because in this lifetime, you're going to come in during a massive change in the planet of Earth, and it's all of its billions of years. This is a massive time of upheaval. It's a massive time of increase. It's a massive time of evolutionary consciousness. And we want you, sweet soul, to be in physical form during that time. But the bonus is you get to write the story. What does that story look like in your physical world? And as you're writing it, as you're the screenwriter and you're writing the movie that's going to become your physical life on Earth, you also have a team that's all around you. This team has been asked to be your support, to be your producers, to be your behind the scenes team, to help you during this movie, to say, cut when you're getting off script, or to say action when you're on script, and go, 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 go. You're in it. You're in the flow. Keep going. This is your team, and your team encompasses all parts of your life, from the relationship side to the spiritual side, all the way down to the nuggets of your food that you eat. You have like the team on set of a movie will have, you'll have the little extra people that are putting the snacks out, the extra people that are tidying up behind you when you leave. You have all of those kind of consciousnesses that are on your team, that are helping you, direct you through your physical world. And when you finally get to the part of your team where you write the movie that you are going to be so excited to live, you also know that you had to write every good movie. Every good movie has those parts that just rip your heart out. Those parts that you feel so connected and you resonate so well with the sad parts of a movie. You also resonate with the drama part. You kind of like, there's parts in there that make your heart speed up, and the drama is kind of good, and the disconnect with somebody, and those relationships that have to be a little bit abrasive in order to be exciting. And then you also have the part where there's great sadness, or there's the plot change where you're like, wait, what? I didn't even see that coming. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then you finally you kind of understand everything, and you start coming together, and at the end there's like this beautiful wrap up. There's the running together of the couple on the beach, or whatever the story is, and there's the happy ending. And as I was talking to my own guides earlier this weekend on I think it was like Saturday morning, early in the morning, and I was just like, right now I feel like my life has come into a stability of perfection, and there's still things that I want to make it even more perfect. If I were to have this is my baseline from here on out, I would live in peace. But what would make it even better for my own movie is to have my kids here. In my own movie, somewhere along the line, I wrote in my script, in my soul script, that I would have to take some time away from my kids in order for us to evolve, for Bud and I to evolve our life into a higher version. And they had to stay put for a minute. And in my perfect soul written life, the question that was coming to me from my own team was, okay, you said you got off script in this form of being a mother. How do you get back on? And I was like, well, if I were writing a script, I would have it be like this massively exciting, reconnection and us coming together. And we all are like, so excited to see each other because of this distance. It put us this in a higher level of frequency and a higher level of health. And when my boys came back into our life, like, it was fireworks because we all appreciated each other in a way that we would never have appreciated other if we stayed under the same roof and or tried to do these months and months and months of really hard work together. We had to be able to do our work apart, and my soul would have then written this beautiful epic coming together. And in that moment when I was being asked these questions, y'all, and I was having this rendezvous with my own team, they were like, okay, this is how we get back on script, right? This is, we weren't really off script. That was part that I wrote in to go into the depths of, oh my gosh, I'm this far away from my kids geographically. And, but my location set designer had that consciousness. They did good because they put us here. And so now I'm in a different setting, but now I get to rewrite into this setting a brand new piece that comes in, and it's my kids coming into my life with this setting. This is the next scene that gets to be created. And I do that with my team. And how do we do that? When we are in a feeling of peace, when we are in a resonance of peace and walking moment to moment to moment in peace, we are then in line with the script that our soul wrote coming in here. Even if somewhere we are at peace in this now moment, if I'm not with my children, and the whole plan was that, in my soul plan was, I was going to be a mom and I was going to be here every single day. I had to write in a little bit of a gap where I couldn't be there every single day because I was creating something for them to come into. I was creating something even better for them to come into and evolve into. So during that time out in my movie, I'm on the edge of my seat in tension, thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I didn't see this coming. I never thought she'd walk away from being a mom every single day, but now I get what she's doing. And now the music starts to come up a little bit, and I get to show up in my movie, rebuilding and inviting my kids in with what, not by manipulation, but inviting them into what I'm creating here. And in doing so, I'm in peace in every given moment. And the more that I'm in peace, the more then the communication opens with my director team, and they keep saying, good, 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 keep going. You're in the flow. You're in the flow. The only way that they yell cut is if I come down here and I'm feeling anxiety and worry, and oh my gosh, I've left my kids and I'm such a bad mom and bleep, 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 bleep. That then brings me back down into a reality that does not bring me peace. Therefore, it's out of resonance with what that movie was that I wrote. If you already write something, you have been in it. You have, imagine yourself writing a book or writing your favorite movie for your own life. You've written it. You've been there. You have felt it. Therefore, when you feel at peace, you will know that you are resonating with that soul reality that you have already created, sweet soul. Are you getting what I'm putting down here? So when you are in resonance and you are in peace, you are on the scripted life path. And that life path we are going to write for ourselves is going to be the best freaking movie we have ever watched. And take every aspect of every movie that you have ever known that has like been seared in your brain, and understand why you resonate with that. And you can recreate that feeling in your own life. 16 Candles is a really big movie for me. I resonate with it. I loved everything about it in the 80s when I first saw it, and at 16, 18, 20 times I've watched it since, probably more than that. I resonate with me. I love the romance piece of that. I can look at my own life and see my, like, look up Rose, kind of pull in just the romance piece of my life and be like, okay, I'm on script there. I feel like Molly Ringwald did in that movie in the romance section. And then go to your favorite superhero movie. What's your favorite one? I don't really know. I don't really love superhero movies, but the superhero character in any given movie that you resonate with, that's resonating with the soul movie that you've already written. It's kind of how you've written that story into your own life. So by following moment to moment in peace, you are following that which was created in mind for you by you. It's already, the movie's already going. Does this make sense? Like, I hope this is, because it was such a moment of like understanding when I had it the other morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to worry. I just know that I would have created this little bump in the road to add drama to my movie, or to add a lesson, or to add one of those moments where you just sit and you weep and you can so relate to the character, because you're like, oh God, I know why she did that, but I can understand that it's so painful to have to do that. Oh my gosh, this is the part of my movie where I feel empathy for myself, because it's not an easy choice to choose, but I knew she had to do it. And then you start to build up from there and say, yeah, now you start cheering for the character because she did a hard thing, and she's coming back, and she's coming back, and she's going to have that happy ending where everything comes back and it is more appreciated because of this moment in time. So if you're in despair, if you are feeling as though you can't go on, remember, go back to what your soul would have done to build yourself back up out of this despair. What is the championship, character? What is the producer calling you to become? What is the producer calling you to do? Because remember, the more you operate in peace in that movie, and from moment to moment, your connection is fully open to your team, and your team is here to help direct you. Remember, at the very beginning, they were in the same training meeting as your soul. They were there as you were writing it, and you're like, you know what, I think for this part of life, this is how I'm going to have it end. And they're like, okay, we got that. Now we're just going to orchestrate things up here so that that's how the movie unfolds. So when it gets uncomfortable, that's them saying, cut, you're off script. But when it's uncomfortable and you're like, it's uncomfortable, can I do something about this? How would my soul get me out of this? What would be the exciting movie twist that gets me out of that? And then you're tuned back in, because now you find joy and expansiveness in your heart. You're like, that's it, there's my script. Now you're tuned back into your team, and you just say, okay, action, what's next? And allow them to pull you forth in that feeling of peace. Okay, I want to also invite you to a donation-based workshop that's right along the same idea of connecting in with your team, to open up that container of receptivity of how you can read and understand your team. That is going to be on Thursday, this Thursday, February 10th. It's called Scribble, a gathering of galactic teams for high-level soul scripting. So we are going to get you back onto script, but first we're going to do that by connecting you with your angelic teams, or your, however you want to call them, your galactic teams. And we're going to do that as a gathering, as a live gathering. And we're going to have some fun with that as well, because when all of our teams come together, there's a beautiful collective energy that's created, and there are many messages that can come through simply by you connecting with your teams and me connecting with mine and bringing it all together. So we're going to have a really cool interactive experiential workshop on Thursday. But I wanted to actually read that to you. It's on my website. It's an image that looks like that, and it's called Scribble, a gathering of galactic teams for high-level soul scripting. So we're going to experiment as you are guided into a deeper relationship with your galactic frequency, and it's going to start with your very own scribble. So make sure you do have a piece of paper and a pen and or markers with you. So when I'm going to read what I wrote here, because I want you to be excited about this and want to come and hang out and do this workshop with me. So your writing is an automatic response to your subconscious mind. Your scribble is a quantum response to your soul's connection with your angelic teams. What happens when you bring both of those together? The truth. When truth is added into your life movie, your movie becomes the ultimate reflection of your favorite kind of movie. It'll have some epic adventure, romance, tension, the perfect amount of drama, and the happy ending you have always dreamed of. So all of this is going to come together on this workshop. We're going to tap you into your team, your directors, your producers. Then from there, we're going to get you back on script and that frequency of peace, and back into that the flow of what is your life and how you're evolving from here. And then we're also going to do a collective message as well, which will be kind of cool. So I don't know. This is going to be fully guided and co-created by our unique teams that come together, and it will be recorded. So if anyone can't make it live, it's totally okay. I have put the link on here for you to check it out. Okay, that's all I have for today. Let's go through and see what's going on. We've got Michigan, London, Sunnyside, Florida, Colorado. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for the digital copy. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for the idea. I think it was you, Tara, that gave me that idea. And live your authenticity and transparent self. This is how we evolve. Exactly, Marie. Thank you for sharing, you all. I hope that everything is well for you. We're going to be going more into this topic. I believe throughout the rest of the week. I kind of feel like it's going to be a thread that goes through all the days of the daily tune in. So we're going to keep coming back to this movie metaphor. I believe it just keeps coming up in all different forms for me. So I know that's the message that's trying to come through, but we're going to kind of blend that topic with the idea of bringing our galactic teams together, because that's the big push and the big message coming through for this huge tsunami of plasma light that's coming in for the next couple of days. So let's be ready for the next message tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.